Hey guys, JH. Welcome to Practice Tea. Okay guys, what I want to do is, in the videos going forward, it's still channel lock, but there are going to be little snippets and little swing facets that you can incorporate into channel lock, but only minor facets. You can't change the basic structure of the golf swing. I don't want to do that, but there are things that you can do, like the couple of things that I'm going to show you right now, that you can actually implement in channel lock. But the basic structure is not going to change. I don't want any, variations of channel lock. I mean, it's not designed to be a golf swing that's a Frankenstein, that it takes parts of other types of golf swings into it. You can incorporate minor variations, but the variations, guys, are basically just in the hands and the arms, and the way that you set the club and load the club head. That's the only variations I want to apply to channel lock. I don't want to have any wholesale structure change at all, because I don't think conventional golf swing mechanics suit channel lock, because we don't want any rotation. We want to avoid rotation. We want to stay shut. We want to swing that way. We want to feel like we're blocked when we hit it. Now, you can't do that in any conventional golf swing. Any golf swing that has any application or implementation of the hips wanting to do stuff, or the legs wanting to drive, is not channel lock. So the stuff that I'm going to be basically suggesting is just in the area of the loading of the golf club and the hands, and the passiveness of the hands in any golf swing. The more passive you can have your hands in the backswing will aid you in setting the golf club and loading the golf club. That will happen in any golf swing, in any type of golf swing, and it's something that I've promoted my whole teaching life anyway. I mean, I've just done that. I've always said that you've got to swing the club head. And today I just want to talk about being able to maximize the loading of the golf club in channel lock. You could do it if you're playing a conventional golf swing. You can apply this, but I'm not advocating any conventional golf swing stuff. But you can actually apply this in a conventional golf swing if you want to. But in channel lock, it's basically increasing the freedom and the loading of the golf club in the backswing. Now, how do I do that? And how did the best loader of a golf club ever do that, which was Count Yogi? Guys, he started his hands first in the backswing. He took his hands away first. The club head lagged, almost like if you had the club head in a vise and you took your hands away. It's locked in a vise and we pull it away. And I used to do that with students. What I would do is just put my foot on the golf club and say, okay, take your hands back. And they would do that, and the shaft would lag and the club head would stay there, and then it would sort of get back and create its own loading. And that's what we call action-reaction in the backswing. For this action, you get that reaction. You can't negatively load a golf club in the backswing and maintain negative load and come in like that. If you negative load it going back, you'll have to get a positive load. That's just the way the swing dynamics work, and the way the body responds in its articulation and the loadings put on those articulations. That's just a biomechanical fact, and an engineering fact, and a dynamic engineering fact. So all I'm saying is that in channel lock generally, and the other day I was talking about a conventional golf swing, and that is conventional mechanics. And I was saying about keeping the elbows together, keep the hands passive, and try and swing the elbows, which will make the hands load. But I wasn't talking about you know, changing to a conventional golf swing because I've developed channel lock, and channel lock is not a conventional golf swing, although I teach a lot of conventional stuff. But I don't want to incorporate any of the conventional stuff into channel lock myself. So all I'm saying today, guys, is that what we want to do is emphasize this. Feel, whoa. And guys, you'll get this, you'll get this almost like an elastic band reaction. You'll get coming back here, whoa, and then you'll feel the club tip this way. And it's a great feeling. It's this. You just get that, and you'll get your elbows getting together. But it's very hard to do that unless you have very passive hands. You must have passive hands in order for the wrists to be supple and able to be moved like that. Like a paintbrush, guys. It has to be. It's so windy here today, guys. I'll hit some shots down range after, and I'll show you how good this golf swing channel lock is in very windy conditions. The wind is ripping across here. So, yeah, guys. So what I'm trying to do is the elbows are together. I'm gonna push back. How do I push back? I push back with that little knuckle there. I push that knuckle back. That's how I take the club back. I don't take it back by lifting the club head up, and I don't start the club head first. I want to start my hands first. Very much like Harry Varden did and all those guys did in the old days. That was called the St Andrews sling. They used to sling it back here because those shafts had a lot of torque in them. They used to sling it back here and then just roll it shut through the ball because the clubs had so much torque. And the face would stay open if they didn't sling it. So guys, it's basically feel like the head of the golf club is in a vice, and you can't do that if you've got a really strong grip. When I say strong, I mean strong in the amount of pressure you put into it. So have not much pressure in it, and we're just going to take it back. Now guys, the other thing with channel lock, a lot of times on the videos, I mean, I never get square onto the camera because of the light and where I put the camera sometimes, but I can assure you every time the ball starts off the back foot, because I measure it off the back foot. I measure it here, guys. Now I may pull the right foot away, or the trail foot away, and I bring it back. I bring it back to get that trail axis loading, and I want to have trail axis loading because that's channel lock. It's not a forward axis loading, it's a trail axis loading. And as I pull it back, it'll look like the ball's gone forward, but it hasn't. It's only that I've moved my foot back. So I just wanted to reiterate that. Okay, so here we are. We've got, and someone asked, do I pressure in with my knees? Guys, everything in the golf swing should be pressured internally. Should always be internal pressure, not external pressure, internal pressure. I feel in here, in my groins and down into my knees and the insides of my ankles, and I feel all the pressure is internal parts. So yeah, I forget who asked today, but said, do you pressure into your knees? Yeah, I do. I pressure into the inside of my legs. So we're just going to pull it back, guys. Now, what I get when I do that is I get more clamp on the ball than I normally do. I normally don't take any divots at all because I'm not lagging the club very much and I'm not very steep. But that was sort of a clamp. That was sort of like a trap shot. Now, that's okay. I mean, I don't normally take divots, but it's okay because there's a lot of clamp on that. I'm just going to pull it back. And that's just perfect flight. And they're the first shots of the day. Absolute first shots of the day. Out of wet grass. And I had a big workout in the gym, guys. I am so tight. Pull it back, Jade. So I don't want any rotation of the hips and I don't want any leg drive in channel lock. I try and keep that trail leg down as much as I can and try and restrict my hips because that's channel lock. Come on, Jace, come on. Wow. Guys, that's That's a tennis ball on a string. I promise you, that is a tennis ball on a string. That's the feeling I want. That is just so strong. That's the fourth hit. I'm just starting to get a little loose now. Pressure inside. Pull it back, Jade. I'll hit some shots down range in a minute. I'll set the camera up differently. Hit some shots down range and you'll see the ball flight, guys. It's really strong. So guys, the basic message is we're going to elbows together, we're going to lag it. Feel that the hands start first. As long as you can feel the hands start first, you're halfway there. I don't know if you can hear that impact, but gee, that's a strong shot. Strong shot for old JH. When I say they're great shots and strong shots, they're great shots for old JH. I'm not tour quality hitter or speed or ball striker. I'm just old JH. But that's a perfect ball flight for me. Just exquisite ball flight. Come on, JH. See the feet are down, guys? I don't want any rotation. I don't want any movement. I just want to stay on the trail axis and fire it. Wow. It's a 4-on, guys. I thought that ball was going flat. I thought it was a 5-on. 4-on. That's some shot back into the wind. There's an out of bounds fence here, and that's just banking off that out of bounds fence back into the property. Well, in my life, I've never hit it better than that. And someone asked the other day, what type of distances do I get? I get exactly the same distances I normally get. I'm longer with my irons, and occasionally I'm longer with my driver, but I don't lose any distance with this golf swing. And when I really get it, I actually get, I pick up distance. See this guy? So I don't want any jump. I don't want any movement at all. Because it's channel lock, guys, it's not another swing, and I don't want to make a Frankenstein. But there are little things that you can put into channel lock. Like we had Mo lock back before, because we had some extension of the arms. That's okay. You can actually take the club in here. That's Mo lock. We had yogi lock where he was here, which is basically what I'm doing here now. But the standard and base principles of channel lock haven't changed, and they will never change. Well, if they do, they're not channel lock. It's fantastic when you hit a shot like that in such a punishing wind, and it just overcomes the wind. Come on, Jay. And it's just a free arm swing, guys, and it's just a tennis ball on a string. The more I can get that feeling of the tennis ball on a string, the better I hit it. The more here. I'd like to get like Yogi. I'd like to be able to do that. I can't do that. But my intention is that I want to do that. Well, that you just can't hit better flight than that. As I say, guys, I've had a big workout and I'm really tight. And that's the beauty of channel lock. I can come here and my worst shots are going to be a little bit thin, and that's all. Just under timed and a bit tight. But they still go where I want them to go. Come on, last shot, come on. Pull it back, Jade. Internal pressure. I can't hit it any better than that. And that to me is perfect channel lock. If we call it channel lock, that's perfect channel lock. because that hits the ball absolutely perfectly. That is perfect channeling. See how the feet are down, guys? I don't want any rotation. I don't want to do anything that I don't normally do in channel lock, other than get some more loading. The elbows are in, the hands are very passive. The hands are like this. It's like a paintbrush. Okay, last shot. Come on, Jay. Last shot's the best shot. And look at this, guys, look. Trail leg inside lead leg. That's how you keep your hips from spinning, guys. As soon as that does that, hips take the torso, take the shoulders, take the golf club. Someone said the other day, I'm just trying to think who it was, he said he was being plagued his whole life with hooking the ball, and playing the ball further back exacerbates that. He gets really hard duck hooks. I couldn't hit a duck hook or a snap hook if my life depended on it with channel lock. I can't do that because I don't have great variations and overdo in the angles. The angles are not that extreme. Okay guys, so basically the message is we just want to elbows together, really loose paintbrush. Just pull it back, and by pushing it back with that little knuckle there, you get that sort of fling. You push it back and you get that fling of the hand. It's a fantastic feeling. Okay guys, that's the basic message. We want to move the hands first, lag the head, but all the other parameters of channel lock in there. You can do this in a conventional golf swing. You want to hit a conventional, I teach a lot of people conventional, but if you're going to play conventional, play the ball up here, and you were going to lag it. See, I get a little bit more drive off the trail side with a conventional golf swing. But you can certainly, and there's a lot of power in that golf shot right there. A lot of power in that shot. But because the ball's up, it wants to sling draw. It's all right if you like that sort of thing. I don't. See, that's where I finish with a conventional golf swing. Here, guys, look. But that's the same thing. That's that lag loading with a conventional golf swing. But I'm just saying you put it into channel lock. I'm not teaching conventional golf swing. I do teach conventional golf swing to a lot of people. So I get here, guys, the hips have turned as you're doing a conventional golf swing, and you get that real hard slinging draw. You might like that. I don't like that. That ain't for GH. That's what I railed against my whole golfing life. But you can do it. Wow. Now distance. Now that swing feels a lot more powerful because there's body rotation and it feels more powerful, but the ball doesn't go any further than channel lock. Okay guys, just a couple of things that you can add to channel lock. So what are we going to call it? Yogi load. Count yogi. We're going to load yogi load in channel lock. Here. Clubhead stays there and you pull the hand. You'll feel, as soon as you pull the hand, you'll feel the head come after it. That's what you want. I'll see what the sky's like and I'll hit some shots downrange.